Alright, my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as most of you know by now, we currently have 3 special events live in the game at the moment. We have the end of season stretch goals, we also have the Bloody Valentine event, and the reanimated global event as well. Now anytime we have a special event in the game, let alone 3 of them, I've received questions here at the channel asking me to highlight the most efficient way to farm for certain things, and because we have so many events going on at once, there seems to be a little bit of confusion on the best way to farm for certain items. Therefore today, my friends, I want to take a few moments, break down each event for you. I will leave timestamps in the video description down below, that way you can bounce in between the sections anytime you want. And the main reason I've chosen to put this video together right now is because 2 of these events are going to end next week on the 26th. I know a lot of players out there, including myself, have more free time on the weekend, so I want to make sure I pass along the friendly reminder to make sure you farm for certain exclusive items in the game because it's easily one of the best times to do so. So first of all, we're going to talk about the end of season stretch goals. Now the only way you're going to have the ability to earn these different caches you can see on screen is if you're at level 100 in your season. If you're not going to see the following page. So make sure you get yourself to level 100. That should be your first priority, and hopefully you've done that over the last few weeks. Now the only way to level up during this event is by earning Season Pass XP. I will talk about that in a moment, but they also added a new feature into the game where you can use your textiles to level up as well. You can go up to 50 levels. So for those of you out there who are sitting on a ton of these things, thankfully we now have another way to spend them, and I know most of you already know how to get textiles in the first place, but if you don't, anytime you open up a regular apparel cache and you happen to already have the item that's inside, the textiles are going to be the reward instead of getting a duplicate item. And for those of you out there who are trying to get certain exclusive exotics such as the Eagle Bear, the Ravenous, the Regulus, the Ouroboros, or if you're trying to get the Lexington or the Turmoil, you want to farm for the Mutiny Stretch Goals cache as well as the Prestige Mutiny Stretch Goals cache, because those are the only caches that can actually have those items in them. This event is live until March 3rd, and if you have any other questions in regard to it, please let me know. Now the next thing I want to talk about, as promised, is how to earn Season Pass XP. Now, if you happen to have any of your journey missions available, that is going to be the best way to earn a ton in a very short amount of time. That holds true for the weekly scouts as well, and if you've already completed both of those things, I recommend just doing priority objectives. You should be able to stack that season XP pretty damn fast. Next, my friends, we're going to talk about the Bloody Valentine event and farming the Bloody Houndsman. Now, first of all, the first step you need to take is getting a Bloody Houndsman bounty, and the way to do that is by farming mini warhounds, and they can spawn in multiple areas across the map. Now, a few of my favorite farming locations are the DZ South Main Entrance, DCD Headquarters, Jefferson Trade Center, as well as other spots. And as always, if you happen to have a favorite farming location, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. Now, I'm going to show you on screen hitting up the DZ South Main Entrance, and this for me is the most consistent location where I can get these mini warhounds to spawn. Now, with that being said, as I load into this location, all I'm going to do is make a left-hand turn, and I'm going to watch my mini-map and look for a red flash. Now, it's very important to mention that just showing up to one of these farming areas does not guarantee that a mini warhound will even spawn in the first place. So if you happen to get to one of these locations, you don't see anything take place, just fast travel to another and rinse and repeat that pattern until you actually get one to spawn. Now, as you can see on screen, once I took this nerd out, he's going to drop some loot. And these also happen to be the only enemies in the game that can actually drop that Bloody Houndsman bounty, and that is also pure RNG. You may have to farm like 10 or 20 of these little bastards to actually get one of those bounties to drop, but you want to keep at it until that takes place. Now, with all that being said, while you're in the process of trying to get this bounty to drop, you want to make sure you're picking up every single piece of loot that these mini warhounds drop, because they can include different named items from holiday events in the past, including the Quick Step, and you can also get Dark Zone exclusives as well. And you know, the main reason I bring this up is because I hear from so many players out there saying they've opened up countless named caches to try to get those PvP exclusives. I'm talking about the Hollow Man Mask, the TDI Card Custom, the Dark Winter. I mean, you also have the Harmony Rifle. I'm telling you right now, my fellow agents, this is going to be the best way to try to get those items. Now, getting back to the Bloody Houndsman bounty, as you can see on screen, there's a clear indication when the bounty drops. You do not need to pick up anything. It is automatically added to your map. At that point, all you need to do is open up your map, scroll over to bounty. You're going to make your way down towards the southwest, and the bounty is in the same location as the previous Houndsman bounty we had last October. Now, the reason I say that is because if you happen to have bounties that you never completed from the previous Houndsman event from last October, you're going to see those on the map as well, but again, we are targeting the Knave of Hearts. So now that you've gotten yourself to the bounty location, you do have a few different options. First of all, you could take out the first wave of mini warhounds, then make your way inside, take out the second wave of mini warhounds as well as the bloody houndsmen. However, if you are just trying to get these named items as quickly as possible, you want to do the following. Take out the first wave of mini warhounds, pick up all the loot, then fast travel back to a safe house. When that takes place, you'll see an indication on screen saying that the bounty was lost. All you need to do at that point is reopen up your map, scroll over the bounties. You will still see the Knave of Hearts at the top. And then you can rinse and repeat this farming method as many times in a row as you like until you actually get what you're looking for. Last but not least today, I want to once again remind you that when you're farming for the bounty in the first place, the difficulty that you're farming on will have a direct impact on the difficulty of the bounty itself. So if your world difficulty is set to normal when you're trying to get that bounty to drop, you will get a normal bounty. If it's set to challenging, you'll get challenging, so on and so forth. Now, the reason I mention that is because I know a lot of players out there just want to actually complete the Bloody Houndsman bounty just to get those exclusive, apparel rewards, which includes the Bloody Houndsman mask, gloves, and backpack. So if you happen to be trying to get those things really quick, I recommend doing the following. Drop your world difficulty to normal, farm those mini warhounds, try to get one of those bounties to drop. When it does, go after the Knave of Hearts, take them out, and you will have those rewards right away. Last but not least today, we're going to talk about the reanimated global event, and the most important detail is the following. You need to activate this thing if you want to earn the rewards, because if it's not turned on, you will not earn any rewards no matter how many shade levels that you gain or challenges you complete. Now, there happen to be 2 exclusive rewards in this reward track. When you get to level 5 in the tier system, you're going to get the Broken Heart Seeker Mind VFX. When you get to level 10, you're going to get the Bloody Houndsman uniform as well. So again, if you want to pick up these things, now's the time to do so. Hope this video helped you out, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know, and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to start to wrap this up and leave you with some gameplay footage and a few final thoughts. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Hello once again, my fellow agents. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. I'm racing out the door for work, but one question I want to address really quick, as a lot of you have sent me, is, what is the best event when it comes to the 3 that are currently live in the game? And that really all depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you happen to be looking for certain exotics like the ones you can see on screen at the moment, you want to focus on the Stretch Goals event, because that is the only way you're going to be able to pick these up by opening those mutiny caches. And those specific caches can also contain the Lexington and the Turmoil, and I mention that because I know a lot of players out there are trying to get those. And if you just happen to be looking for named items, the best farm is that Bloody Valentine event that's currently going on in the game. Now, to be clear, you cannot get the Lexington or Turmoil from that event, but if you're looking for other named items, such as the Quick Step, the Harvest, as well as, PvP exclusive named items, that's going to be your best farm, my friends. Hope this thing helps you out. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you again for everything, and I will see you in the next one.